Alright everyone, welcome and welcome back to Devlog number 4 that we are on now here. As you can see, we've got some super exciting stuff right off the bat here. And we're just going to jump into all the changes that are getting made to the game. These changes will drop this weekend. This is kind of our 1 month celebration update. I'm going to update it tonight when this YouTube video drops, right at the same time the game update and the video will go live. So if you've seen this video, this is the version of the game that you get to play now, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so hopping right into change number 1 here, we have this outer wall. Our outer wall used to be just kind of this solid, kind of boring, really just a brick cube. And instead of that, we now have this 3D rock wall. All of these pieces are individual rocks. They're all close enough that there's no sort of getting through them or anything funky like that. There are a few tiny little gaps like this that you'll see. Right here's another one. Here's another one. But again, these are not something you can run through. They're blocked off in the back here too, as you can see. And we have a brand new wall going around the map. So change number 1 there is pretty straightforward. Just these new walls that we have. They go all the way around the map. You guys will be able to check them out. And that brings us to change number 2, which is actually something that's on the walls, this ivy, right? And this ivy's been placed on the map here, and all the corners really. But along with that, there's all sorts of new little plants and treats here on the ground. We have some gold ore. We have these leaves right here that are new. We have a longer and greener grass that's a little bit more alive to bring some different color into the map here. And then we have a few of these little plants here scattered around the map as well. This is just making the inside of our map a little bit more dense. It's bringing some more life to it. And again, it's just going to polish off the atmosphere that we have here inside of the fighting arena. Change number 3 here, something that we've already seen. We've run by them a couple times already. But just to get into it here, instead of having these boring walls on the outside, we have our rock walls. And on the corners, we also have these new posts, which have these awesome gold skulls at the top, flames at the top. It's essentially supposed to be a giant torch beacon. It's rock, not wood, as we can see here. We got a little fancy with it, a little gold trim, and all of this goes back to matching our leaderboard over here. That's really where I pulled those details from, just to kind of help. From an art perspective, it helps tie everything together. As you're moving throughout the map, nothing will feel out of place. These gold spots down here, again, is a little detail. We talked about those already, but it's a little detail that just kind of matches up with the trim on here, matches up with the gold skulls up top, and adds just a little bit more flavor to our map here. Our next update, as we sweep around here, is a tree update. This is an update that happened inside and outside of the map. First, we'll cover what happened inside of the map. Those are the trees that players interact with, and they actually have a lot to do with the fighting that happens in the game, and then we'll cover what's going on outside of the map as well. So to start off, all of these trees that have the 3 birch trees clumped together have been made a little bit bigger. Just a touch. I don't think many people will notice it, but shooting through the trees should be a little bit easier just because the leaves are up higher and there's a little bit more space between the branches now. The other trees that changed are these huge oak trees right here. They actually got bigger. As you can see, you can land in the tree, right? That's something that I think pretty much everyone that's played so far knows. And it's a decent little hiding spot. Now, I didn't want players to be able to camp anywhere in the map at all on my game, but I'll admit myself that getting a kill from standing in the tree is actually really funny, and it's hard to pull off. What I did is I made these trees a little bit bigger, so it's easier to see out of them if you are perched up here. You can see out a little bit easier to hopefully get some shots off. But what that also does is it lets players see inside of the tree easier to take you out as well. So now we have sort of this added feature where, listen, I know people are going to get in those trees and try to get off with kills. I've done it myself. It's really fun to pull it off. It's really tricky, but now it's going to be even trickier. The leaves on the trees are all up a little bit higher just to give shooters a window in and out of that tree base right there. Now, as we sweep around this backside here, we'll cover the trees that are outside, which may seem funky because we can't really see them when we're close to the wall, but that's the entire point here. The trees that are added to the outside of the map are there strictly for atmosphere. They have nothing to do with the game at all, but I think it makes the map feel a little bit more closed in. It makes it feel a little bit more like an arena. And I'm hoping it will draw people's attention as players to the outside of the map. The final little update that will be pushed is what you see in front of you right here. This is an Easter egg area. Some of you guys know about this area already. Some of you do not, so I will not ruin it for those of you guys that have never been back here before. But this is the Easter egg area of my game. And this also may seem like something I've been ignoring this whole entire video, which is this skin that I'm running around in. This is not a core skin. This is actually a costume that I made inside of core, which is this skeleton guy here. If you manage to find him, you can also run around the map and play as our friendly gold skeleton. It's the first costume that I've ever made. Happy hunting, of course. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy the update and enjoy the game. Peace.